Picture this. A tiny machine, no bigger than a small car, floating alone in the darkest depths of space. It's been traveling for almost half a century, moving away from Earth every single second. This little explorer is now so far from home that if you could drive there in your car, it would take you over 600 million years to reach it. But here's the mind-blowing part. It's still talking to us. And recently, it discovered something that has left scientists completely speechless. This is the incredible story of Voyager 1, an impossible discovery that's changing everything we thought we knew about space. Imagine being so far from home that the sun looks like just another tiny dot in the sky. That's exactly where Voyager 1 finds itself today. This amazing spacecraft has been humanity's farthest messenger for decades, and it just made a discovery so shocking that it's forcing scientists to rewrite the textbooks. But to understand just how incredible this discovery really is, we need to go back to where it all started. Back to a time when disco was popular, when people had huge hair, and when a brilliant scientist at NASA had an idea that seemed almost too good to be true. It was the late 1970s, and a man named Gary Flandreau was working at NASA's famous Jet Propulsion Laboratory. He was doing some calculations when he noticed something absolutely amazing in the way the planets were lining up. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, the 4 giant planets of our solar system, were all going to align in a very special way. It was like the universe was giving us a once-in-a-lifetime gift. You see, this special alignment only happens once every 176 years. That's almost twice as long as a human lifetime. The last time it happened, Abraham Lincoln hadn't even been born yet. And here was Gary, realizing that this rare cosmic dance could be used to send a spacecraft on the ultimate road trip through our solar system. The idea was brilliant, but simple. Instead of flying directly to each planet, which would take forever and use an enormous amount of fuel, a spacecraft could use something called a gravity assist. Picture a baseball player hitting a ball off a moving train. The ball doesn't just get the speed from the bat, it also gets extra speed from the moving train. That's exactly how gravity assists work, except instead of trains, we use planets. Each time the spacecraft would fly by a planet, that planet's gravity would act like a cosmic slingshot, flinging the craft faster and faster toward the next destination. With this technique, a journey to Neptune that would normally take 30 years could be done in just 12 years. It was like finding a secret highway through space. NASA knew they had to act fast. This golden opportunity wouldn't come again for another 176 years. So in the summer of 1977, they prepared not one, but 2 identical spacecraft. They called them Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. These twin explorers were about to embark on the greatest adventure in human history. Just think about it. In 1977, most people didn't even have personal computers. Cell phones were the size of bricks and could barely make phone calls. The internet didn't exist for regular people. And yet, these 2 spacecraft were packed with some of the most advanced technology of their time, ready to travel billions of miles through the hostile environment of space. Each Voyager was equipped with cameras, sensors, and scientific instruments that would help us see and understand worlds that had never been visited before. But perhaps most importantly, they carried something very special: golden records. These weren't just any records. They contained sounds, music, and images from Earth, carefully chosen to represent all of humanity. If aliens ever found these spacecraft, the records would tell them about us, about our planet, and about our hopes and dreams. The launch day arrived and history was made. First, Voyager 2 lifted off on August 20th, 1977, followed by Voyager 1 on September 5th. Even though Voyager 1 launched second, it was on a faster path and would eventually overtake its twin. Both spacecraft began their incredible journey through our solar system, carrying with them humanity's curiosity and wonder. The first stop was Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system. When the Voyagers reached Jupiter, they sent back pictures that absolutely amazed everyone on Earth. For the first time in human history, we could see Jupiter's moons up close. One moon, called Io, was covered in active volcanoes, shooting material hundreds of miles into space. Another moon, Europa, was covered in a smooth layer of ice that might be hiding an ocean underneath. These weren't just dead rocks floating in space. They were complex, fascinating worlds. Next came Saturn with its spectacular rings. The Voyagers showed us that Saturn's rings weren't just simple circles of ice and rock. They were incredibly complex structures with thousands of individual ringlets, each one held in place by the gravity of Saturn's many moons. The images were so beautiful and detailed that they looked more like artwork than scientific photographs. But the real pioneering work came when Voyager 2 continued on to Uranus and Neptune. No spacecraft had ever visited these distant worlds before. Uranus turned out to be a strange planet that spins on its side, probably because it was hit by something huge long ago. Neptune was a beautiful blue world with winds faster than the speed of sound, and it had a large moon called Triton that was covered in geysers of nitrogen. The original mission was supposed to last only 4 years, just long enough to visit Jupiter and Saturn. But the spacecraft were working so well that NASA decided to keep the mission going. The Voyagers had done their main job perfectly, but their real adventure was just beginning. After visiting all the outer planets, both Voyagers kept flying outward, away from the sun, and toward the edge of our solar system. This region of space is like the frontier of our cosmic neighborhood. Beyond it lies interstellar space, the vast emptiness between the stars. Scientists knew that somewhere out there was an invisible boundary called the heliopause. This is where the sun's influence finally ends and interstellar space begins. It's like the edge of a bubble, with our entire solar system sitting inside the bubble and the rest of the galaxy outside it. For years, scientists had theories about what this boundary would be like. They expected it to be dramatic and obvious. They thought cosmic rays from deep space would suddenly flood in, and the magnetic field would change direction all at once. It should be like stepping from your warm house into a freezing winter day, an immediate, shocking change. But space had other plans. As Voyager 1 got closer and closer to this boundary, something strange happened. There was no dramatic change. The readings were confusing and didn't match what anyone expected. High-energy particles from exploding stars should have been everywhere, but they weren't. The magnetic field should have pointed in a completely different direction, but it didn't change at all. Scientists were puzzled. Had they been wrong about everything? Were their theories completely off? For months, they analyzed the data, trying to figure out what was happening. Some scientists began to wonder if Voyager 1 had actually crossed the boundary without them realizing it. Then on August 25th, 2012, everything became clear. Voyager 1 detected a sudden increase in plasma density. Basically, the spacecraft found itself in a thicker soup of charged particles. This was the smoking gun scientists had been waiting for. Voyager 1 had officially become the first human-made object to enter interstellar space. But here's where things get really interesting, and where that impossible discovery comes in. Even though Voyager 1 was now in interstellar space, that magnetic field still hadn't changed direction like it was supposed to. This was completely unexpected and challenged everything scientists thought they knew about the edge of our solar system. The discovery suggested that the boundary between our solar system and interstellar space is much more complex and strange than anyone had imagined. It's not like a sharp edge or a clear border. Instead, it seems like our solar system and the galaxy around it are somehow connected in ways we never understood before. Think of it like this. Imagine you thought your backyard ended at a fence, but then you discover that your yard and your neighbor's yard are actually blended together in some invisible, complicated way. That's what Voyager 1 found at the edge of our solar system. This discovery is forcing scientists to completely rethink how our solar system interacts with the rest of the galaxy. It's showing us that space is even more mysterious and interconnected than we ever dreamed possible. But the story gets even more incredible when you consider the technology that made this discovery possible. Voyager 1's computer has only 69 kilobytes of memory. To put that in perspective, a single photo on your phone probably uses more memory than Voyager 1's entire computer system. The spacecraft is using technology that's older than most of your parents, and yet it's still making groundbreaking discoveries at the very edge of known space. The spacecraft stores its data on old-fashioned tape recorders, just like the ones your grandparents might have used to record music. Then it beams that information back to Earth using a transmitter that uses only 23 watts of power, less than a bright light bulb. By the time those signals reach Earth, they're incredibly faint. The massive radio dishes that receive them have to be perfectly tuned to pick up these whispers from the edge of space. Every day, Voyager 1 gets about 3 to 4 light seconds further away from Earth. That might not sound like much, but it means that signals from the spacecraft take over 22 hours to reach us. If you sent a message to Voyager 1 right now, and it immediately sent a message back, you wouldn't get the reply until tomorrow. Despite all these challenges, despite using technology from the 1970s, despite being farther from Earth than any human-made object has ever been, Voyager 1 continues to make discoveries that amaze us. It's like having a 45-year-old car that not only still runs perfectly, but keeps setting new speed records. The spacecraft is now traveling through a region of space that no human has ever studied before. Every piece of data it sends back teaches us something new about what exists in the space between stars. It's exploring a cosmic wilderness that we never knew existed, and it's doing it all by itself, billions of miles from home. As Voyager 1 continues its journey, it's heading towards something called the Oort cloud. This is a vast, spherical shell of icy objects that surrounds our entire solar system like a huge bubble. It's where many comets come from, and it stretches almost halfway to the nearest stars. Voyager 1 won't reach the Oort cloud for thousands of years, but when it does, it will be exploring yet another completely unknown region of space. The golden record that Voyager 1 carries is still in perfect condition, protected by its metal cover. Someday, perhaps millions or billions of years from now, another civilization might find this lonely spacecraft drifting through their corner of the galaxy. If they do, they'll discover music by Bach and Chuck Berry, sound of Earth like thunder and whale songs, and images showing what life was like on a small blue planet that existed long ago. But even if no one ever finds a golden record, Voyager 1 has already accomplished something incredible. It has shown us that humans can build things that last, that we can reach across impossible distances, and that our curiosity and determination can take us to places we never thought possible. The impossible discovery that Voyager 1 made, finding that the edge of our solar system is stranger and more complex than anyone imagined, reminds us that the universe is full of surprises. No matter how much we learn, no matter how smart we become, space always has new mysteries waiting for us. Every day that Voyager 1 continues to function is a miracle. Every signal it sends back is a gift from the edge of known space. This little spacecraft, built with 1970s technology, continues to push the boundaries of human knowledge and exploration. The engineers and scientists who built Voyager 1 probably never imagined it would still be working after 45 years. They designed it for a 4-year mission, and here it is, almost half a century later, still making discoveries that change how we understand our place in the universe. Voyager 1's story is really our story. It represents the best of human curiosity, ingenuity, and determination. It shows that when we work together, when we dream big and take bold steps, we can achieve things that seem impossible. As this amazing spacecraft continues its lonely journey through interstellar space, it carries with it not just scientific instruments and a golden record, but the hopes and dreams of everyone on Earth. It's proof that we are explorers at heart, that we will never stop asking questions, and that we will never stop reaching for the stars. The impossible discovery that Voyager 1 made reminds us that we still have so much to learn about the universe we live in. It tells us that even at the very edges of known space, there are mysteries waiting to be solved and wonders waiting to be discovered. And perhaps most importantly, it shows us that the impossible can become possible when we dare to dream big and never give up. So the next time you look up at the night sky, remember that somewhere out there, farther than you can possibly imagine, a small spacecraft built by humans is still exploring, still discovering, and still sending whispers back to Earth from the very edge of everything we know. If this incredible story of human achievement and cosmic discovery amazed you as much as it amazed me, please hit that like button to let me know. Share this video with your friends and family, because everyone deserves to know about this incredible journey. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and ring that notification bell, so you never miss another mind-blowing story about space exploration and the amazing universe we live in. Thanks for watching, and keep looking up at the stars.